another reaction video. Let's get straight into the video. Appreciate all of the support. Let's get it going, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let's get straight into the video. Let's get it. Alright, y'all, we in the video. Let's get straight into it. We ain't gonna waste no time. You know how we do it. We're gonna get straight into this good old Larry legend. Let's get it.
If they wanted to play basketball, we'd have a game. You know, it's disgraceful. It's embarrassment to me. I mean, they should be embarrassed. So I went to Larry, and I said, Larry, what was your attitude toward All-Star games? I wanted to win. We played competitive games. No, you don't want anybody to get hurt, but you played basketball, and you wanted to win.
Now it's the East with a fast break. Behind is back to Gervin, and Larry stayed with. The scoring table is not yet clear. This is a three-pointer. Yes, it is.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP.
When it comes to the 2020s era, really the past 10 years of basketball, there's two things everyone's noticed. First off, the rapid increase in threes taken, which of course detrimental to the game, but also the erosion of defense.
Jimmy, nice jump. Oh, Duncan was by himself. Hero, he'll tee it up.
3 of 13 now, and just,
this is embarrassing for LO.
This is by far the worst team that has ever sat in this locker room.
And as bad as those two crimes are, there's one that's a tad bit worse. And this one deals with the All-Star game. As the All-Star game back in the day, it was a pretty compelling event, almost must-see TV. Then the late 2010s kind of declined, and now in the 2020s, it's a glorified shoot-around and basically unwatchable.
In front of this building, that's how much he has meant to the state of Indiana in basketball. Put up 2 of them.
I mean, Reggie, gold medal, MVP.
for Towns. Halliburton, go get it. 205 points.
I can't watch anymore.
And look, I'll give Steph Curry credit, one of the few superstars who takes initiative, cares about fans. This guy, he wants to revitalize the All-Star game, reinvigorate it with a new format. I think it's like a round-robin tournament. It's something new they've never done. It's kind of a gimmick, but at least he's trying. Now, for Steph, the one thing he doesn't realize, the All-Star game, the format, the teams, that's not the problem. The real problem boils down to the players giving effort, having pride in the game, and feeling obligated to put on a show for the fans.
It's not complicated.
And ask yourself, what does that mean? Does that mean play no defense, have wide open dunks, take 50-foot threes? No, that's not what it means. Entertaining basketball still involves defense. Are we asking for Game 7 level defense? Of course not. But just have some pride in defense, a little bit of pride in stopping your guy, and helping your team win. And getting to the main topic of the video, that of course involves Bob Ryan, legendary columnist, as well as Larry Bird. And I'm sure you guys know this by now, Bird at this point doesn't make many public statements, public appearances, so when he says something, people really listen. And according to Bob, when they talked, Bird just trashed the All-Star game, couldn't stand it. And last year's All-Star game, of course, was in Indiana. And according to reports, Bird actually gave a pep talk at, I think, the pregame, told the guys to play hard, show out for his home state. And of course, what do? They make a mockery of the game, don't take it seriously. It was a trash event, the worst All-Star game to date. And what I wanted to do very thoroughly was contrast Bird's era, his first All-Star game, versus the current era in the 2020s. And looking at Bird's era, I wasn't expecting this, but they interviewed the players pregame, talking about the importance of the All-Star game and what it meant to them as individuals.
Alright, real quick, so let me just say this. Now, through the years, the All-Star game actually used to be, fun to watch. But is it because of, this now? Is because of, why the All-Star game isn't really fun to watch anymore? Is because, like you said, yeah, I'm guessing basically so. Because I actually do remember when the All-Star games, I used to look forward to the All-Star weekend. I still like the dunk contest and, little games and stuff they play, little mini games. But it's I don't know. It's the All-Star game is boring now. And it's like you saying, yeah, like you say, just not really no effort. Like, when you really think about it, it's like, yeah, it's really no effort now. Like, really.
Well, it means a lot to be selected as All-Star. I think it means a lot because you're considered maybe one of the best players in the league or close to it. So I think if I just go out and play the best I possibly can, I deserve to be here.
That's why I'm here, just to have a lot of big fun and really try to win the game and enjoy it. I think that is one of the greatest achievements and greatest thrill of any basketball player, on the professional level, to play in an All-Star game. This is my 12th.
Well, I think the All-Star game is about showing the fans the finer points of the game, the things that they appreciate in what you play and what you do that they really enjoy. So I think it's time for us to come here and show the people what we can do.
So stopping those clips right there, the only word I can think of is refreshing. Hearing players talk like that, nowadays if you hear someone talk like that, you're blown away. Back then, kind of the standard of the bar, the lowest requirement possible for an NBA superstar. I don't care which era you like the most, the 80s, the 90s, the current era, even the 70s, I could care less. But you gotta at least admit the current era, they're liking this mentality, this attitude when it comes to the All-Star game and just the game in general. And like Bob Ryan said in the intro, you're not trying to kill someone, take their head off in an All-Star game, but you're still playing basketball and trying to win. It's at least competitive, semi-competitive, and in the fourth quarter, it really ratchets up. For a lot of the modern day players of the All-Star game, I just think they're flat out scared to get embarrassed and scared to be that one guy who's actually trying. And of course, back in the day, everyone was trying, and the one guy who stuck out like a sore thumb was the dude not trying. Now, speaking of giving effort and trying, here's the halftime score of this game from 1980.
What an offensive show we had here in the first half of this 30th annual NBA All-Star Game. We're tied at 64.
When I heard 64-64, I was absolutely blown away. That for today's NBA during the regular season is a halftime score of a lot of these games. And for an All-Star game, it's like the first quarter, early second quarter type score. Back then, it was the halftime score. And the sad thing watching this game from the 80s, I mean, it's way superior to the current All-Star game, but even compared to the NBA games in the regular season, the defensive effort, even the offensive energy, it's semi-comparable. And looking at some current day NBA scores, the day I'm making this video is December 2nd, 2024. So looking at last night's scores from Sunday, here's the games at halftime that are most notable. Pacers Grizzlies, 68-62. Raptors Heat, also low 60s. Rockets OKC, same thing. Kings Spurs, a tad bit higher. Then Mavs Blazers, 61-58. That is halftime scores for modern day NBA games. Compared to All-Star games 40 years ago, it's comparable in terms of score and defensive effort. The biggest problem for the NBA product right now in 2024, their games during the regular season, they're becoming games like at the All-Star game. It's just threes, layups, very little defense, and that's all you get.
Kicks it out, the Bridges three, driving kick, Johnson is open. Titles as an assistant, one with ball, back out, pick and pop. Got him.
The year, wasn't quite holding the follow through, watch it.
Simmons, shot clock winding down. Over Williams, air ball. Johnson, look for the open man, Keon Johnson is in. Can't hit the three, one and done.
I mean, that right there is an actual NBA game that rivals last year's All-Star game, the least competitive All-Star game to date. And I know I'm being redundant, but I want to hammer this point home. Let's do a blind comparison, last year's All-Star game versus a primetime NBA game from last week. Here's the first 11 shots from both those games. Game on your left, 10 threes, 1 2-pointer. Game on your right, 5 threes, 5 2-pointers. Looking at that play-by-play data, I'm sure you figured it out. On your left, Suns vs. Lakers, the primetime game, and on the right, the All-Star game.
I am shocked. Shocked! Well, not that shocked.
And look, my stance on threes is pretty simple. The three-pointer's been around for close to 45 years. And for the first 30 years, it was a good thing, it wasn't abused, and wasn't taken advantage of. Nobody wants to see 45 threes taken again, and that's all you do. That's unwatchable. It's not good basketball. And one last thing I do want to do very quickly, when looking at Larry Bird's All-Star games, his last real prime peak year as an All-Star was 1988.
The excitement that the All-Star game generates No, it never gets old to play against them all season long. Now, I'm going to see what it's like playing with them and see if I can blend my talents with their talents. I'm not thinking about outshining these guys. I just want to be out there and competing with these guys.
It's a great honor. There's no question about that. The thing is, if I didn't get picked, I'd be pretty upset, so I'm glad I'm here.
So stopping the interviews right there, just like 1980, grateful for the game.
Yeah, but when you think about it, like he's just saying, like they looking forward to play with each other and team, like it's not like, yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. That's what I always say, man. Doing these videos and like back in the day, man, these times are so much better. Like especially like Allen Iverson times, like you really played, like you know what I'm saying. Like it was really like tough, like. That's what I'm saying. Them back in them, man, that was as good times. Really be ready to watch basketball. It's like now you just like, and now I know my Sixers ain't doing too good anyway. So hopefully they turn the season around. But I don't know, man. Them Sixers ain't looking too good after Paul George and Embiid got them injuries. But I don't know. We'll see. But fly, Eagles, fly. But anyway, let's get it. But definitely fly, Eagles, fly, man. Fly, Eagles, fly.
The players, just honored to be a part of the event and show out for the fans. And if you watch this game, just watch the first quarter, the level of defense and effort, intensity, I mean, compared to the current day NBA, this year's All-Star game had more of that on both ends of the floor.
Early in the game. And they go to the loop pass. It was short. Thomas going to Jordan. And here comes Matt Lieber. Snubbed a year ago. He's an all-star now. So already we have a lot of shooters, but we see a little defensive aggressiveness by the East.
Who would you like to match up against? And Magic Johnson said, I want to play Jordan.
They double team and on the pick and roll. Karl Malone gears a 4-on-3 for the Western Star. English didn't have control, and Jordan makes the block. To Wilkins, open court. And the starting center. Malone is all home.
Like you see how excited this is exactly. You see how exciting this is. Like I just sitting here like, yo, this layup. He just like, and I'm just sitting here just like, yo, it's just like, it just catches you because it's how just exciting it is. Like it just catches you.
Snubbed a year ago the game.
Had more of that on both ends of the floor.
Early in the game. And they go to the loop pass. It was short. Thomas going to Jordan. And here comes Matt Lieber. Snubbed a year ago. He's an all-star now. So already we have a lot of shooters, but we see a little defensive aggressiveness by the East.
Who would you like to match up against? And Magic Johnson said, I want to play Jordan.
They double team and on the pick and roll. Karl Malone gears a 4-on-3 for the Western Star. English didn't have control, and Jordan makes the block. To Wilkins, open court. And the starting center. Malone is all home. Blocked by Akeem. He got a piece of the ball from behind. Great defensive play by Olajuwon. And Malone scores.
Now, stopping at that right there, I'm not cherry-picking anything. That is the first quarter, the first 5 minutes of the first quarter, and there's that many great defensive plays by both teams. Not cherry-picking in the slightest. And look at the final score of this game. It was 138-133, which is a pretty decent score for an All-Star game. Now, that score, it's telling for a couple of reasons. First off, compared to the modern NBA already this year, 29 teams have scored 134 points or more. What does that tell you guys? Teams nowadays during the regular season aren't giving effort like superstar players back in the day.
He ain't lying.
Like I said earlier regarding Steph Curry trying to revamp the All-Star game, it's a valiant effort. But what it comes down to is the players actually caring, having passion for the game, and with respect for the fans. Somewhere from the 1980s till now, that respect, that connection fans to players, it was lost. When it happened, I don't really know. But here's one thing I do know. If these trends continue, if the NBA keeps going downhill, fans keep getting alienated more, this game in the 2030s into the 2040s, not going to be in a great spot. So that right there is the end of the video, and I'll say one last thing. Larry Bird's first All-Star game as a rookie, 1980. In that game, there were a total of 6 threes taken. 1988, the total threes taken was 11. Now, 2024, guess this number. 168. Like I said earlier, three-pointers, if they're not abused, spammed, just overused, they're fine. When you're taking nearly 170 of them, that's when the game's gone too far, the balance of power has tipped too much in one direction. As always, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.
Alrighty, that wraps up this video. I tried to say good old video, but I mixed up. Anyway, man, like I said, man, just, you know, like today's NBA is just all about just threes. Only thing I can say about that is that I love Steph Curry. And no, I'm not just trying to be, no, I've been liking Steph Curry and the Warriors since he first came, since like I'm liking, because of Steven Richardson. If people know who Steven Richardson is and the Warriors back then, so I've been liking the Warriors. Has always been my second team. Sixers and Warriors. It's always been. But yeah, and then it's like I like the Warriors. Like they have been pretty good defense over. Like I like their defense at certain times. Like, you know, like I like defense. I'm always been like a defensive type of person. So anybody got really good defense is like, yeah. Like Jimmy Butler, definitely. Like when he was with us, man, I was ecstatic. I was hyped. See, defense, man. You need that defense. But yeah, appreciate y'all, man. This is a good video. Like I said, you know, today in the NBA, it's like just threes, man. They just chucking threes. Like it is, there's no balance to it. It's like really fighting. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just like yeah, man. But appreciate y'all. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. Turn on that bell. We're on the train rolling. Trying to get all these videos going. Let's keep this train rolling. Like I said. No setbacks, none of that. We just gonna keep it rolling, but I appreciate y'all, man. Got some videos you want me to do, leave them down in the comments down below. And the holidays is coming up. Got some good special videos for y'all. And I gotta go start going live again. Definitely gonna start going live. I'm sitting back thinking like, yo, let me start going live again. Definitely start going live. I might do a live reaction soon. Definitely will do one soon. But I'm out of here, man. I love y'all so much. Everybody be safe. And I'm out of here. Love y'all so much. Peace.